This Spider-Man game was built entirely by Claude Opus 8. And it is based on the Gauntlet loop that has been very popular from Matt Schumer recently. And it is attempting to be in parity as much as possible with the PS5 Insomniac Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 games. So let me show you this prompt. And we can see how it went here. So the prompt: I want you to build a third-person Spider-Man game at the level of Insomniac Spider-Man 2 on PS5. The real lesson here is the engineering. Utterly perfect, visually beautiful, every single thing at AAA quality, from textures to web fixes to camera to anything you can think of. Fan out sub-agents. So this is the engineering part. Fan out sub-agents and have sub-agents tackle each one individually so that the game is utterly perfect. Okay, good. We're using sub-agents. Then what? You should also loop those sub-agents and have a separate sub-agent check it visually to ensure it looks AAA. So we have sub-agents on a loop working on things, and a reviewer on a loop basically doing blind tests to make sure, and that's down here, don't stop until each sub-agent is utterly wowed with the quality. When compared with the actual Spider-Man 2 game, it should literally compare them side by side blind and say which one looks better. Do this in Three.js. And Claude 8 created like a scoring system for this that I didn't tell it to be able to do it. Loop until it's utterly perfect, fan out sub-agents, and ultra code. This was the original post that went viral of this Modern Warfare version, and he used the Gauntlet prompt for it. This is fantastic. I would say the environments are a little bit better here. It looks like a slightly smaller slice. It's not like this huge open world that I made Claude make for Spider-Man, but pretty freaking awesome. And this video got 4 million views for a reason, so everybody's been trying out the Gauntlet prompt. I wanted to try it for myself. Brand new day came out. I was in a Spider-Man mood. I said I love the Insomniac games. I was like, let's go. So you can go to this site, which is somethingbig.ai/gauntlet-loop, and you can read directly from Matt all of these things. I think he also made a tool that he put on his X account to be able to so that you can like develop your prompt for yourself, if that makes sense. So that's really cool. I mean, look what this guy made from the prompt. That's freaking awesome. And look at it, it's on an ultra wide, super ultra wide monitor. It looks like it's like an Odyssey G9. Like I used to have one of these. It's similar to that. That's pretty awesome. And the fact that it's Three.js and not like C++ Unreal Engine stuff, right? So let's go back to the game, and let me tell you about my experience with this loop. It took about 24 hours to build this game, pretty much autonomously. And when it came out, it looked exactly like this. But just to be completely upfront, there's two things that made this not a single prompt. Ooh, that was cool. So it popped out something that looked this good, but when it first came out, it did not. The physics were a little messed up with him. Like the movement was messed up. It was inverted. Controller didn't work. It works now. I play with controller now. And it was inverted. So when I would push forward, it would walk backward and vice versa, right? So I had to change some of those things, and it was rendering really crappy. Like you can see it's at 60 FPS because for some reason I can't get Chrome to pull from my 4090, so this is all running off of my i7 processor. I haven't spent enough time trying to figure that out, to be honest, but I was like, okay, 55 to 60 FPS is absolutely fine for this little demo that we're doing here. The wall climb up was even jankier than it is now, etc. So I made a couple of tiny tweaks because I wanted to have it demo ready for you guys. Web swinging wasn't working at the beginning, so there was no way for me to even demo that to you guys, and I wanted to at least have that going. And now it's working, and it's kind of cool, and it's really fun. Look at how dense. I just want you to take in how dense this open world is. Like, let's take a look here. Let's just fall to the ground. I mean, it is really impressive. Look at all these people. Every single one of these little humans here every single one was custom coded by Claude during the process. They built this entire city worth of people to make it feel alive, which is so cool. I mean, it's really, really cool. And if we can get back to a more populous era of the city, there's like little things like moving billboards everywhere. Like, look at this moving billboard right there as you go through the city. Over here, we have Castelli and Branca brands, right? We have Duval, what's that? Oh, since 1901. So, and then Meridian, open 24 hours. Wow, they're right next to each other, huh? That looks like it wants to be a subway stop right there. There's a cafe, a chemist. How British. A liquor store, a deli over there, another deli, a camera store, La Rosa. It's also not just repeating assets over and over again, too. It's thinking about this, right? It's being somewhat thoughtful. And I can zip around on my web like real freaking fast on this thing. And I can crawl. It's the weirdest crawling animation you'll ever see. And so this is a good time to also point out that unlike the Call of Duty game, the main character had to be fed in. So about like 2 hours into the process, Claude was like, hey, I gotta stop here. Like, I'm not gonna be able to make a Three.js version of Spider-Man that you're gonna be happy with. And I was like, oh, okay, but like obviously the point of this was for like, look at how cool this is, man. Look at this. I can go anywhere. I can swing anywhere on my web in this entire city. How freaking cool is that? How freaking cool is that? In fact, I think I will while we're talking. Let's go over to the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building look alike. And so I said, you know what? I need to be able to do this demo. And like that Call of Duty guy, that was first person, right? They didn't have to make a model of the main character. And it's just too important. So I went online. I got a free rigged model of Spider-Man that had a couple of animations in it. Not all of them. That's why some of them are custom coded in janky, like Punch. This is Punch. It's kind of like a little shove, you know. The leaping is really good. I mean, that's really cool. And the swinging is pretty good. Needs a little bit of work, but you know, it's not too bad. We've got zip to point there and things like that. I mean, it's really pretty impressive open world. So I did give it that 3D model rig to hit. There were I made those couple other tweaks just to make sure that web swinging worked, just to make sure that I could punch, and to make sure that combat was like a thing. And I have to say that I'm not going to work on this anymore. It's an IP, you know. And honestly, like the Gauntlet loop is really best at copying games because the whole point of this prompt is essentially to, I'm supposed to go to chase in progress, if I can find it so we can get into a battle. You can see it's actually pretty janky, the battle. Oh, 700 away. I better swing. Ah! A little janky. So when I was doing that, I was like, okay, so you know, the model is not quite is doing like needs to be good. So let's just get it going, and we'll be fine. And you know, I think it came out relatively well. If we can get to, but what I was going to say specifically was that I really think the biggest lesson that we can get here with this is really how to use loop engineering more often and to use it within subagents as well, because you can create much more autonomous tasks with more loop engineering. And I don't use this enough. I use loops all the time, but usually for single one-off things where I just want a watcher on something. But from an everyday perspective, like trying to implement huge features or something like that, using loop engineering within sub-accounts is great. And it's especially great if you're not copying a game. Like if you're creating an app and somebody else created a similar app or something like that, and you have screenshots, you can go with parity to that, right? As long as you're not, you know, you're not infringing on copyright and things like that. You can also, if you wanted to do this like an original game, I think a good thing that I might try next is trying the Gauntlet loop on an original game where I design everything out in a storyboard that looks AAA in like Nano Banana, and I'll make a whole storyboard, and then I'll make them do screenshot parity between what they're building and the storyboard, because they're just looking at screenshots. They don't see videos the way we see them. They look at individual images. So the whole point with the prompt is just engineering those things. And I think that that honestly is the best use case of it. We're going to get into a battle here. You're going to see how janky it is. Like, the architecture's in the way. Now it's not. You can't really hurt anybody. Like, there's no health bars or anything. I'm just kind of pushing them around, There's supposed to be a couple of other mechanics here that aren't 100% working. But anywho. So anyway, I hope that helps. I mean, really, like, I think this is extremely impressive. I haven't seen anybody make a insane open world like this, especially a New York one that they tried to model after the real New York, and it's pretty impressive. But also, I think also just getting the lesson, you know, as engineers, vibe coders, whatever you are, just getting the lesson that loop engineering with agents can really be much more powerful than you think for long-running tasks. We often verify, and we've gotten into a stage of like verifying our work once and then like sort of going on with our lives. But what's better to do is not to do that, is to sort of put in a loop with a very specific goal. It needs to feel like this and look like this. Don't stop until that's done. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons of this, and how freaking capable models are now, because holy crap. Like 1 year ago, the models that we had, would you imagine that they would be able to do anything like this, especially in like, you know, one shot, you know, 24 hours of working? Pretty impressive stuff. Okay, get subscribed. You want to see more stuff on the latest in testing LLMs and what they can do, and I'll see you in the next video.